Hello and welcome to the video. This is the first look at this thing here, the DJI Mavic Mini. This is the latest in the Mavic lineup and it squeaks just under the 250 gram limit. Now, I was up at 3DXR this week doing something for a project that will be coming onto the channel in December and January, and they just had their delivery of these Mavic Minis. So I'll put links down below in the description, but 3DXR have an awful lot of DJI products. It's always an expensive proposition for me to go up there. I always end up seeing something in their storeroom that I like the look of. So a big thank you to 3DXR for unboxing one of these and spending a morning with me flying around and figuring it all out. Now, the key specs with this is that, of course, it is under 250 grams, but we'll come back to that because it's only under 250 grams in the configuration without the prop guards and without any clumps of mud stuck to the bottom, because it just squeaks under that 250 gram magic number. The battery is different this time. It's a lithium-ion 2S battery, and because of the lightweight and the extra capacity in that lithium-ion pack, it'll fly for about 30 minutes on a full charge. At the front, we have the 3-axis gimbal that will shoot up to 2.7K video and 12 megapixel stills. Sadly, no 4K on this little version. There's a downward-facing optical sensor that assists in hover and position hold, and that makes it a very, very stable camera platform, just like all of the other Mavics in the range. There are two versions that you can get. There's the cheaper version, which just has the model and a couple of other bits, and there's the Fly More version, which comes with more batteries, the prop cards, and some extra things as well. If you're going to be traveling away from home or flying this indoors where the potential it's going to bounce into stuff and catch the props, then the version with the prop guard is useful to get. As well as being able to fly it around, as you'd expect, there are a limited number of creative modes on the controller. So there, first of all, is one called droning, which is where it just pulls back from you. Very easy to set up on the control. You just kind of tell it that's the mode that you want, click on the thing that you want to keep in the middle of the screen and hit go, and it will back away from you gaining altitude and you get this kind of effect. There's another one called Rocket, which does exactly what you'd expect it to. You point the gimbal down, hover it over yourself, and then again set it up on the app and hit go, and up it shoots. And there's one called Circle. I'm pretty sure you can guess what that one does. It circles at the radius that you tell it to around yourself. Again, that's one where you kind of pick the point of interest and it will keep the camera pointed at that as it circles. And then finally, there's one called Helix, which will zoom out, again, keeping the point of interest that you've identified in the app in the center of the image. So there's some nice creative content, but all of the modes that you get on some of the bigger Mavics aren't here. There is Cine Smooth on this one too, so you can calm the responsiveness of the radio control, and it also makes the Mavic Mini fly a lot slower as well, just to make sure that any footage that you are shooting is really smooth and stable. To set it up is relatively straightforward. It tends to be with this stuff. DJI put a lot of thought into it. The thing that you have to do, first of all, of course, is charge the batteries, get yourself a fresh SD card and stick it in. While you're charging the battery, I'd recommend go and have a read of the manual. I know most of us don't, but it's worthwhile doing it with a new product like this. And then also there's a new application on your phone that needs downloading. So if you already fly other DJI products, this is going to use a slightly different app, so you might have to get hold of that. Then once everything's charged, pop your battery in, plug it into the computer, go and register the app. You can do all this on the phone, it's easy on the computer. We found here that there's already an update, and the way it tends to work is when new products like this come out from DJI, there's a flurry of new updates as pilots get the products and find new little features, and as they're fixed, you get lots and lots of updates. So if you're buying this the first 2 or 3 months after release, it's worthwhile keeping an eye on the firmware updates, extra features, and things will be added and things will be fixed over the next couple of months as more and more people use it. Another little pro tip, if you have DJI products and they have smart batteries, these batteries in here don't look like they're smart, but if you use a bigger DJI product that has smart batteries, make sure that you update the firmware on each of those batteries as well. You might have to slap them into the model to do it. There's actually firmware on batteries. It doesn't look like there is on this one. Once you've done that and you've registered, then the next thing to do is then to power up the remote control, Same as usual, press the power button once and then press and hold it and it will power on. Similarly with the drone, pop it on the floor, wait for a 3D GPS lock so that it knows where home is. You'll see a little home icon appear on the map, and then hold both the sticks into the lower middle position and that will start the engines. You can either take off automatically or increase the height by increasing the throttle. Similarly, when you're finished, if you're far enough away, you can just activate a return to home, or you can fly it back to yourself manually using the sticks, and then using the throttle you can descend. It'll pause at about the 3-meter height, and then it will descend when it hits the floor and it realizes it's on the ground. It'll disable the props. A couple of things to be aware of. Do be aware that it is only under the 250 gram limit without the optional prop protectors. If you put those on, then it's more like 300 grams. Don't forget, you're going to need the new DJI app to register, and there aren't any of the more advanced filming modes where it will actually follow an individual. Things like that are going to be on the larger Mavics. Interesting that they're not here, because that kind of code surely is something that doesn't weigh anything, and I'm sure many pilots will think that those features aren't on here so that the Mavic Mini doesn't cannibalize some of the larger Mavics that have those features. Be careful with the receiver. It does fold down very flat and the sticks are removable. They're actually held inside the case. We did get a couple of spares in the kits that we've got here, and that's a very handy thing because you will drop them, and unfortunately because of their dark color, if you're in long grass, they just disappear. So my tip would be super careful when you're putting them in, or potentially even put a little bit of bright orange or yellow blobs of paint on the end. It might give you a chance of finding them when you do inevitably drop them in the grass when you're out flying. So in summary, what do I think? Well, this is super easy to fly. DJI put a lot of effort into making it so that you don't have to spend months learning to fly a quadcopter to be able to fly it. But for me, this is like the other Mavics. I view these things as flying cameras, not a quadcopter in the traditional sense of people who fly Betaflight and iNav powered quads. It's a very different proposition. There is a good image from the video, and the Mavic Mini does a really nice job of stabilization. It's very easy to pick up the app and to navigate it too, but you will have to spend 10-15 minutes with it for it to become nice and intuitive. And I do like the way that on the map, it does also warn you when you're potentially going to fly in an area where there is restricted airspace or things you have to be aware of. Would I get one? No, I probably wouldn't. If I was going to get one, I would probably get one of the bigger Mavics that had those extra abilities with 4K and some of the kind of follow me camera modes. Unless I was going on a trip where I wanted ultimate portability. So I normally travel with a hat cam and a GoPro on a stick. But looking at these flight modes, it may be that if I was going to be somewhere that's really scenic and I wanted the kind of shots that we've been looking at, then I'd consider getting one. It's probably easier to lug something like this up the side of a mountain than it is one of the bigger models. It would have been nice to have some more collision avoidance on this thing. Although the bigger Mavics have collision avoidance sensors, this one doesn't seem to. It just has the downward sensors to assist in hover, landing, and position hold. So be aware of that as well. If you are flying too close with the wall, it won't save you, so you do need to keep your eyes on where it's flying. So hopefully that's interesting for those of you that wanted to have a look at the Mavic Mini. As usual, it performed really well. But if you're not interested in the 4K video or some of the more advanced features, and you like the idea of that super lightweight and portability, then the Mavic Mini might be the one for you. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching and happy flying.